Right, quick tip for you. Sourcing hardwood, especially if you're only making small projects. One of the best places I find, if you go to B&Q, that's in the UK obviously, in different countries, if you're watching this there might be different DIY stores, but any of these DIY stores you can buy this hardwood flooring in all manner of different types of hardwoods, and you can pick a pack up for perhaps 20-30 quid, I don't know what it is. But the beauty of that hardwood is it's got a polish on, which we're just scraping off. That's the first job we're going to do. But the best thing about it is that wood is well seasoned wood, so it's not going to start twisting and warping or anything like that. Now if we want some oak, for instance, and you perhaps go to your local wood yard, it's going to cost you a fair few bob. And you often get it with splits and all sorts in it, and you know it's quite a job. So this little tip I find, with if somebody wants walnut, if they want ash, you can go to the local DIY store, you can pick a box of that flooring up, and you'll find you've got enough hardwood probably to make your project. If it's probably only a small project like we're doing here, and we only need small pieces. So I'm just like we were before with the cabinet scraper. All I've done is taken off that polish, and this is going to be the inside edge of the drawer front. Now the reason we're cleaning that up first is because we're going to put a joint in here soon, and if we put that joint in first and then start scraping, we're going to start taking shavings off that joint, and when we come to fit the other piece of the joint together we're going to find it's a bit loose and there's gaps and stuff. So the best tip is clean that inside edge up first with your scraper. Forget about the other edges, that's going to be the front, we've got to do stuff with that yet. But this inside edge, clean it up, and then we can start machining the joints, which we'll come back to later on and show you how we're going to do that. It's just one tip I want to mention as well. I'm not sure if I mentioned it the other day, but when we come to use the scraper and we're holding it, we don't want to hold it with our fist like we're holding if you're on a bike or something, we'd probably have as hands grip like that. But the scraper is designed to be held like that, but both thumbs go on this inside edge. So when we're scraping, we've got both thumbs on that back plate, so that we've got a nice even pressure in it. I mean, it feels comfortable like that anyway, and I'm sure most of you will, but the idea is not to do it like that, but put those thumbs on the inside, on the back plate, and time you've been doing it a few years, your thumb will be bent right over like that. So you can tell someone that's been doing it for years, and he'll end up with shoulders like Popeye as well, I suppose, because it's quite demanding work. It saves joining the gym as well, and the finish you get is absolutely marvellous. So yeah, just a tip there, remember to put those thumbs on the back plate. Right, so all we're doing then, we've got our drawer sides. These need to be cleaned up on both surfaces, inside and the outside surface. We need to then place that against that mark that we made earlier by placing the bottom on, and just put another mark on the back side there, and then square that across. And then once we've done that, once we've squared that mark across, we end up there with two lines, as you can see that on the drawer front there, those two lines. We're going to put a joint in there, we'll show you how you do that another time. Then once you've done that, also just put your piece on there, and on that top edge just put a number 1, for instance, on the first one, and a number 1 on that drawer surface there, and then again on the other one, number 2, and as you walk up all the drawers, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and what have you, so each one is an individual piece that we can locate. If these all get mixed up, we can always come back to number 1 and find it quite easily, because it's going to be on that edge, and all the joints then will fit in their relative places, and they won't be mixed up, and some might be a little bit tight and some a bit loose. So yeah, that's the tip there. Smiling Sam here, the woodwork man. If you like what you're learning, give us a thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to do that, and ask me any questions also. I'll always be happy to help you out, and I'll catch you next time.